Hey there, thanks for being here. So, summer is officially rolling in, the temperature is climbing, and I'm already hearing the same things from so many of my patients. Doc, I just don't feel like eating much. I get full after just a few bites. I'm tired during the day, and I sweat way too easily. My sleep, honestly, it is a mess. A lot of you also tell me you feel restless, dry mouth, and just impatient, like everything annoys you. And for my patients in their 50s, 60s, and beyond, I hear this a lot too. Blood pressure starts bouncing around, heart flutters, chest tightness, poor sleep, and more irritability than usual. They come in for their regular checkups and their numbers are all over the place, even though nothing else has changed. So, why does this happen? Let's talk about it. Part one, why focus on your heart first? A lot of people think summer wellness just means don't get heat stroke, drink cooling tea, eat watermelon, stay inside. And yes, those things can help, especially if you're an older adult or on medications that make you more prone to dehydration, like certain blood pressure pills or water pills. But from a traditional whole body perspective, and I know many of my patients find this helpful alongside regular medical care, summer is connected to the heart. Summer has the strongest yang energy. It is hot outside, and your body's own yang energy naturally moves outward. You sweat more, and your heart, which in this framework also houses your spirit or shen, can get easily disturbed. That means summer wellness isn't just about cooling down or fighting heat. It is really about two words: nurturing your heart. When your heart is well nurtured, your mind settles, sleep improves, mood smooths out, your circulation works better, everything just flows more easily, your energy, your digestion, your patience with your kids and your spouse. But when summer heat really stirs you up, that is when you get impatient, restless, can't sleep well, sweat too much, and your blood pressure starts doing its own thing. So today, let's walk through how you can take care of your heart and your stomach this summer without any extreme cleanses, bitter teas, or weird supplements you saw on social media from influencers who don't have medical degrees. Here's the short version, and I'll say it up front: eat a little more sour, don't overdo bitter, choose thinner, gentler meals. Take a short afternoon rest. And seriously, try to ease up on anger and rushing. It sounds simple, but honestly, this works. Many of my patients find real relief when they try these small changes, and I've seen it year after year in my practice. Part two, why focus on your heart first? Let me go a little deeper. Let me say this again because it is that important. Many people, as soon as summer hits, immediately think about preventing heat stroke. So they drink cooling herbal teas, eat watermelon, maybe stay in the AC all day, and those things have their place. Don't get me wrong, but from a traditional four seasons perspective, spring is for liver, summer is for heart, fall is for lungs, winter is for kidneys. Each season asks something different from your body. You don't care for your body the same way in December that you do in July. Right, same idea. Summer energy is strong, active, and moves outward. Your heart yang naturally becomes more active too. Your heart controls blood flow, but it also controls your mind, your mood, and your sleep. That is why emotional stress and heart symptoms so often go together. Have you ever noticed that when you're really stressed or upset, your heart pounds or your chest feels tight? That is not a coincidence. That is exactly why, when it gets hot, some of you feel irritable so easily. One minute you're fine, the next minute you're snapping at your husband, your teenager, the cashier at Walmart, or the person who parked too close to at the grocery store. And that tired, drained feeling after sweating, that is real. In traditional Chinese medicine, sweat is connected to your heart's fluids. Lose too much sweat, especially if you're working in the yard, exercising outside, or just living in a humid place like Florida or Texas or anywhere along the Gulf Coast, and you lose energy, hydration, and a sense of calm. I've had patients tell me, Doc, after I mow the lawn on a Saturday afternoon, I'm useless for the rest of the day. I just lie on the couch and can't do anything. That is not just being out of shape, that is your body telling you that you've lost too much fluid and energy and your heart is working harder than it should. So here is the trap I see every single summer. People try to stay cool by blasting the AC at 68 degrees and chugging ice lattes from Starbucks, sweet tea, or large sodas. That might feel good in the moment, but it can actually hurt your digestion and block your natural energy. Your stomach doesn't love extreme cold when it is 95 degrees outside. Ice cold drinks when you're hot and sweaty can actually cause stomach cramps for some people. Smart summer wellness means working with the season, not against it. You want to clear a little heat, yes, but you also want to protect your yang and protect your stomach. Part three, eat a little more sour to help keep your energy steady. Okay? Let's get practical. Here is one of the easiest changes you can make starting today. Add a small amount of sour flavor to your day. I'm talking about everyday foods like tomatoes, oranges, grapes, plain yogurt, a squeeze of fresh lemon in your water, or even a little bit of clean. No sugar added cranberry juice. Also, things like hawthorn berries, umeboshi plum if you like Japanese pickled plums, or just a simple vinaigrette on your salad pickles, sauerkraut, kimchi, those fermented sour foods can work too as long as your stomach handles them. Why sour? Because in summer, you sweat. And when you sweat a lot, your body's energy, what traditional medicine calls your chi, can leak out. Sour flavors have a gentle gathering or consolidating effect. Here is the image I give my patients. Imagine your house on a windy summer day. All the windows are open, the curtains are blowing everywhere. Sour is like pulling the screen door closed, not locked, not sealed shut, just steady, so your energy isn't just flying out of you. Sour foods also wake up your appetite naturally. If you look at dinner and feel nothing, no hunger, no interest, try a small bowl of tomato soup or a few sips of diluted lemon water before you eat. I've had patients tell me that just adding a little lemon to their water in the morning made them actually want breakfast for the first time in weeks. One real life example: on a hot day, make a simple tomato and egg drop soup. Light, a little tangy, easy on the stomach. That is a classic for a reason. Or steep a couple of dried hawthorn berries in hot water, but not too strong, and never on an empty stomach if you have acid issues. Another example: if you're at a restaurant and you're not hungry, try starting with a small salad with lemon juice or a light vinaigrette instead of heavy bread or creamy soup. That little bit of sour can wake up your digestion before the main course. Another example: grilled chicken or fish with a squeeze of fresh lemon. That is a summer staple for a reason. It is light, it is sour, it is hydrating, and it gives you protein without weighing you down. But, and this is really important, don't go overboard. If you have acid reflux, GERD, a history of stomach ulcers, sensitive teeth, or if sour things give you heartburn or that burning feeling in your chest, then eat less sour or skip it entirely. Your body knows best. Just because your neighbor drinks lemon water every morning doesn't mean it is right for you. And please don't drink straight lemon juice or apple cider vinegar as some kind of detox. That is not smart. That is a fast way to hurt your tooth enamel and irritate your stomach. I've seen patients in my office with burned throats and eroded enamel from this trend. Please don't do it. Your teeth and your esophagus will thank you. Also, if you take certain blood pressure medications or diuretics, your electrolyte balance is more delicate. Talk to your own doctor before making big changes. Just because something is natural doesn't mean it is right for everybody. Natural doesn't automatically mean safe. Part 4: bitter isn't bad, but don't overdo it. Now let's talk about bitter flavors, because I see a lot of confusion around this every summer. As soon as the temperature hits 85 degrees, people start eating bitter melon every single day, drinking super strong bitter tea, loading up on dandelion greens, and buying bitter herbal cleanse powders online. I see the ads on Instagram and TikTok just like you do. And yes, I want to be fair here. In the right context, small amounts of bitter can be helpful. If you truly have a hot, irritable, sleepless pattern, if you have mouth sores, a bitter taste in your mouth, dark yellow urine, and you feel really restless, a little bitter melon or lotus seed porridge might help settle things. Bitter flavors, in traditional terms, clear heat, drain dampness, and help settle the heart. They have a place. I'm not saying never eat bitter foods, but here's the problem that I see in my practice every year. Most bitter foods are also very cooling. Some are extremely cooling. And if you already have what we call a weak stomach, if you tend to feel cold, get diarrhea easily, have loose stools, or feel uncomfortable after eating raw vegetables or drinking cold water, then too much bitter will hurt your digestion before it helps your heat. I have had patients come to me exhausted, bloated, and with zero appetite, and when I asked what they were eating, they were having bitter melon twice a day, bitter tea after every meal, and bitter greens for lunch. One patient in particular, a lovely woman in her 60s, told me she was trying to detox for a month. She had read online that bitter foods cleanse the liver and reset your system. By the time she came to see me, she was so tired she could barely finish her grocery shopping. Her digestion was a mess. Her sleep was worse than ever. I asked her to stop all the bitter foods for 1 week and switch to warm, gentle porridge and soups. Within 10 days, she felt like a different person. Her energy came back. Her appetite came back. Her mood improved. So here is my rule. Bitter is fine once in a while as part of a varied diet, but don't eat bitter melon every single meal. Lotus seed is fine, but lotus heart, that little green center, is extremely bitter and very cooling. That is not for daily long-term use, especially for older adults or people with chronic conditions. Summer eating isn't about one magic flavor. It is really about four words: light and balanced. Not too greasy, not too cold, not too bitter, not too heavy. Your body should feel good after you eat, not worse, not more tired, not more bloated, not more irritable. If you're someone who already feels cold easily, or you're over 70, or you have chronic digestive issues like IBS or diverticulosis, please be extra careful with large amounts of bitter foods. Talk to your doctor or a registered dietitian before making bitter foods a big part of your summer routine. And here is something else if you're on blood thinners like warfarin coumadine. Apixaban, Eliquis, or rivaroxaban, Xarelto, some bitter greens like dandelion greens can interact with your medication. The vitamin K content can change how your blood thinner works. Always check with your pharmacist or doctor before adding a new green or herb to your daily routine. This is not a small thing. Part 5: Why you lose your appetite in summer and what to do. A lot of you ask me this in the office: why do I just not want to eat when it gets hot? This is such a common question. I hear it at least 5 or 6 times a week from June through August. And in traditional medicine, the answer often involves something called damp heat. Here is what happens. Summer heat goes up, summer rain and humidity go up, and inside your body, that combination can slow everything down, especially your digestive system. When damp heat builds up, you feel heavy, foggy, tired for no good reason. Thirsty, but also blah. Your head might feel wrapped in cotton, your limbs might feel like they're made of wet sand, your thinking is slow, you don't want to do anything, and your digestion, what traditional medicine calls your spleen and stomach system, just slows way down. Let me give you an image that my patients find helpful. Think of your digestive system like your body's gas station. You eat food, your stomach and small intestine, break it down, turn it into energy and nutrients, and send it out to your muscles, your brain, your heart. If that gas station gets slow and clogged because it is hot, humid, and you've been eating heavy, greasy, or cold foods, then food doesn't turn into fuel. It just sits there. You feel bloated, tired, heavy, and hungry, but also not hungry at the same time. That is a miserable feeling. I had a patient who works at a warehouse describe it perfectly. Doc, I feel like I ate a brick, but I only had a sandwich. That is the damp heat effect. The digestive system just can't keep up with the combination of heat, humidity, and food that is too heavy for the weather. So summer wellness isn't just about your heart. You also have to protect your stomach, your whole digestive system, because when your stomach is happy, when you can eat well, digest well, and absorb nutrients well, then your body makes good blood and good energy, and that directly helps your heart stay calm. That is why in many traditional systems they say to nourish your heart, first protect your stomach. I've seen this play out in my patients for years. Fix the digestion, meaning eat foods that are easy to digest at the right temperature in the right portions, and so many other things start to improve on their own: sleep, mood, energy, even blood pressure. Part 6: Eat more thin foods and less greasy, heavy stuff. Okay, so what is the most practical do tomorrow tip? What can you actually do starting tomorrow morning? Eat more thin, gentle, liquid-based foods. By thin, I mean things like rice porridge, what many cultures call congee, light soups, broth-based noodle soups, thinned out oatmeal, warm rice gruel, or even just a simple vegetable broth with a little tofu. A bowl of chicken noodle soup, a simple miso soup, a lentil soup that is not too thick. These are all great options. These foods are hydrating, they're easy to digest, they don't force your stomach to work overtime, and they're very gentle when your appetite is already low. In traditional terms, the stomach likes moisture and dislikes dryness. In summer, you sweat a lot, your body loses fluids, your stomach can feel dry too, not in a literal medical way, but in the sense that it doesn't want to work hard. It doesn't want to break down a big, dense, greasy meal. A bowl of thin porridge or soup helps hydrate and ease digestion at the same time. A simple bowl of plain rice porridge is a fantastic place to start. Warm, plain, gentle, you can have it for breakfast instead of cold cereal or a bagel. You can have it for a light dinner when you're not hungry. You can add a little salt or a drizzle of olive oil if you want flavor. If you feel really heavy and foggy, like your body is weighed down, your thinking is slow, and your stools are loose or sticky, you can add a small amount of Job's Tears, that is koi seed, also called Job's Tears. It helps dry dampness, but here's the catch: it is cooling, so if you tend to feel cold, don't overdo it. A little goes a long way, maybe 1 or 2 tablespoons in your porridge. If you're often low energy and a little chilly, If your hands and feet get cold easily or you feel better with a warm blanket, add 2 or 3 thin slices of fresh ginger or a few red dates. Ginger warms the stomach and gets digestion moving. Red dates gently build your energy without being heavy. You can find red dates at most Asian grocery stores or online, and I really want to emphasize this, don't just eat plain white porridge for every single meal, especially if you're over 50 or you have diabetes or you're trying to maintain muscle mass. Your body still needs protein. You can't run on just carbohydrates. Protein is essential for muscle maintenance, immune function, and stable blood sugar. So add a soft boiled egg, add some silken tofu, add a little shredded chicken, lean ground turkey, or finely chopped fish. Add some finely chopped greens like spinach or chard, make it a real meal. I had a patient in her 70s who was losing weight unintentionally every summer because she just stopped eating. She said food didn't sound good. When I asked what she was eating, she said just a little rice porridge, and that was it. No protein, no vegetables. We added an egg and some tofu to her breakfast porridge, and a little chicken to her lunch soup. Within 2 weeks, her energy came back, her weight stabilized, and she stopped feeling dizzy when she stood up. Such a simple change made such a big difference. Now, what should you seriously cut back on? Greasy, heavy, rich foods. I'm talking about fried chicken, fatty brisket, creamy pasta Alfredo, heavy cheesecake, buttery croissants, double cheeseburgers with bacon, sausage gravy, and anything that feels like Thanksgiving dinner in July, turkey, stuffing gravy, mashed potatoes with butter, the whole thing. Also, things like pizza with extra cheese, deep dish pizza, loaded nachos, heavy cream sauces, and creamy salad dressings. Those foods take way too much energy to digest. In summer, your body is already working hard just to stay cool and maintain your blood pressure and hydration. Don't make it work overtime on digestion. Your body only has so much energy to spend in a day. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to give up all your favorite foods forever. But try this for 1 week. Make lunch a bowl of soup or porridge with some protein and save the heavy meal for a cooler day or for when you're eating indoors with good AC. See how you feel. Many of my patients are surprised at how much better their energy and sleep get from this one change. They tell me I didn't realize how heavy I felt until I stopped eating heavy. Part 7, 2 simple summer recipes for heart and gut gentle. Practical ideas. Let me share 2 very gentle, practical recipes. These are not prescriptions. I don't want you running out to buy expensive herbs online from some company I've never heard of. These are just examples of traditional food-based ideas that some of my patients find helpful. Always check with your own doctor before adding new herbs, especially if you have high blood pressure, diabetes, kidney disease, heart failure, liver disease, or take prescription medications. This is not a one-size-fits-all situation. What helps your friend might not help you and could even hurt you. Recipe 1. Gentle energy porridge. You can use a very mild herb called Radix pseudostellarii. Sometimes it is called false ginseng or baby ginseng. It is much gentler than regular ginseng. It is not stimulating. It doesn't make your heart race or your blood pressure spike. It is safe for most people in small amounts. But again, check with your doctor first. Don't just buy it online and start taking it daily. Add Chinese yam. You can find this dried or fresh in many Asian grocery stores or online. It is a root vegetable that is very gentle on the stomach. Some people also call it shan yao. Add lotus seeds and add regular white rice or jasmine rice. Wash everything. Put it in a pot with enough water to cover by a couple inches. Bring to a gentle simmer. Cook slowly, low heat for maybe 40 to 60 minutes until the rice breaks down into a soft porridge. Stir occasionally so it doesn't stick to the bottom. Eat it warm, not scalding hot. This is best for someone who feels tired, has low appetite, and also feels restless or slightly anxious. It is very mild. It is not a medicine. It is just a gentle food that many people find comforting on a hot day when they don't feel like eating much. But again, if you have a known medical condition or you're on blood thinners, blood pressure meds, diabetes meds, or diuretics, please ask your own primary care doctor before eating medicinal foods regularly. What helps one person can interact badly with another person's medications. I can't say that enough. I've seen bad interactions in my practice, and they're scary. Recipe 2, hawthorn barley drink. Take a few slices of dried hawthorn. You can find this online or in many Asian grocery stores in the tea or herb section. Add raw barley. Again, that is koi seed. The same thing we talked about earlier. Add the same mild Radix pseudostellaria from recipe 1 and add a very small amount of bamboo leaf. Just a few pieces. Bamboo leaf is very mild and cooling. Steep in hot water like tea or simmer very gently for 10 to 15 minutes. strain it, drink it warm or at room temperature, not ice cold. Ice cold drinks right after a meal can actually slow down digestion for some people. This drink can help if you feel bloated after eating, especially after a meal that had more meat or oil than usual. It is not a weight loss tea. It is not a detox. It is not a miracle drink. It is just a gentle digestive aid for occasional use. Don't drink it every single day for months. I had a patient who loved barbecue, ribs, brisket, pulled pork, the whole thing after a big barbecue meal. He would feel bloated for hours, sometimes into the next day. He tried this drink after checking with me first because he was on blood pressure medication and found that a small cup after a heavy meal helped him feel less uncomfortable. But he also learned to eat smaller portions of barbecue. He learned to have a smaller plate, to drink water between bites, and to take a short walk after eating. The drink didn't fix everything. It was just one small tool, but here are the cautions, and they matter a lot. Hawthorn is sour. If you have acid reflux, GERD, a hiatal hernia, or a history of stomach ulcers, skip this drink entirely or use just one tiny slice and see how you feel. If it burns, stop. If it makes your stomach feel worse, stop. If you are pregnant, do not use Hawthorn without talking to your OB provider or midwife first. There isn't enough safety data, and never ever use this as a daily detox drink for weeks without checking with your doctor. Also, if you take heart medications, especially for arrhythmias like amiodarone, digoxin, or blood pressure like beta blockers, calcium channel blockers, Hawthorn can interact with them. It can change how your body processes the medication, making it either less effective or too strong. This is not a casual thing. Please be safe. Again, these are food-inspired ideas, not prescriptions. Your body is unique. Pay attention, start small, and talk to your own doctor before making anything a regular habit. Part 8, the one thing summer really hates, anger. Okay, let me step away from food for a minute and talk about something just as important, maybe more important for some of you. Anger summer already stirs your heart energy. Your heart fire tends to rise. Add real anger on top of that, the kind where you feel your face get hot, your jaw clench, your shoulders tense up, and your hands shake, and that is a genuinely bad combination for your health. In traditional medicine, anger affects the liver, but liver energy can flare up and easily disturb the heart. When you get really, truly angry, your blood pressure can spike in real time. Your heart rate jumps, stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline flood your system, your blood vessels constrict, your blood gets stickier. All of that is a recipe for a cardiovascular event. And for anyone who already has high blood pressure, heart disease, a history of stroke, or even just a family history of those things, that is not just uncomfortable, that is dangerous. I'm not being dramatic. This is real physiology. I have had patients tell me, "Doc, I got into an argument with my son-in-law and my chest started hurting." That is not just stress, that is real, that is a real risk. One of my patients actually ended up in the ER after a family fight on a hot July afternoon. Her blood pressure was through the roof. They had to give her medication to bring it down. Thankfully, she was okay, but it was a huge wake-up call for her and her family. She came back to my office and said, "I can't do that anymore. I'm going to kill myself with anger." So here's my very honest, non-judgmental, from the heart advice for this summer. Try to ease up on the anger. That doesn't mean you're not allowed to feel frustrated. You're human. Traffic is bad. The news is stressful. Family can be exhausting. Your teenager left dirty dishes in the sink again. Your spouse forgot to take out the trash for the third time this week. Your boss sent a passive-aggressive email. Your neighbor's dog barks at 6 a.m. every single day. I get it, all of it. I'm not telling you to be a robot, but next time you feel that flash of rage at your husband, your teenager, your neighbor, the person who just cut you off in the Target parking lot, the slow checker at the grocery store, the automated phone system that won't let you talk to a human, try this. Pause. Just 3 seconds. Don't react immediately. Don't speak. Don't honk. Don't type an angry text. Take one slow breath in through your nose and a longer breath out through your mouth. 3 seconds. That is it. Just 3 seconds of not reacting. You don't have to win every argument. You don't have to correct everyone. You don't have to have the last word. You don't have to honk your horn or yell or post an angry comment online. You don't have to prove you're right. Sometimes the healthiest, most powerful thing you can do is just walk away, drink some cool water, sit in the shade for 5 minutes, and let it go. You are not weak for letting go. You are not a pushover. You are protecting your heart. And honestly, that is a lot more important than being right about where the spatula should go in the kitchen drawer, or who forgot to buy milk, or who was supposed to take out the recycling. For my older patients, if you feel anger rising and also feel chest pressure, shortness of breath, dizziness, pain spreading to your arm or jaw, or sudden nausea, do not ignore that. Those could be signs of a heart attack or a blood pressure emergency. Call 911 or get medical help immediately. Do not wait to see if it goes away. But for everyday irritability, the kind that comes from traffic, long lines, family annoyances, or just the general heat making you cranky, try the pause. 3 seconds, 3 slow breaths. It helps more than you'd think. And the more you practice it, the easier it gets. It is like a muscle. You have to train it. I also tell my patients if, a certain person or situation makes you angry, try to plan around it in the summer. Don't have difficult conversations in the middle of a hot afternoon when everyone is already tired and sweaty and irritable. Don't schedule family meetings after a long day in the sun. Do your grocery shopping early in the morning when it is cooler and less crowded. Give yourself a buffer. Set yourself up for success instead of setting yourself up for an argument. Part 9, sleep a little later, wake earlier, but never skip afternoon rest. Summer days are long. Nights are short, that is just how it is. The sun sets later and it rises earlier. Your body naturally wants to shift its rhythm. You can gently shift your sleep schedule from winter. Instead of going to bed at 9:30 or 10, you might go to bed at 10:30 or even 11. That is fine, that is natural, that is following the season. But later does not mean midnight. It does not mean 1 a.m. while you're scrolling through your phone, watching videos, checking social media, reading the news, or worrying about work emails. That is not later. That is sleep deprivation. That is a choice that hurts your heart, your brain, and your mood. Your sleep quality matters just as much as sleep quantity. Poor sleep makes everything worse. Blood pressure, mood, appetite, immune function, even your risk of falls if you're older. I see it every day in my practice. A few bad nights of sleep and everything falls apart. Blood pressure goes up. Irritability goes up, appetite goes down, concentration goes down, and in the morning, wake with the sun or close to it, open the curtains, get some gentle morning light on your face. That light tells your brain to stop producing melatonin and start producing wake-up hormones. Move your body a little, a short walk around the block. Some easy stretching, 5 minutes of deep breathing on your porch or balcony, even just making your bed and opening all the windows. That helps your body's natural circadian rhythm. It tells your brain, daytime, wake up, time to be alert. But here is the non-negotiable, the thing I tell almost every patient over 50, and many younger patients too, especially those with high blood pressure or anxiety. Do not skip your afternoon rest. Between roughly 1 p.m. and 3 p.m., the day is hottest. You've eaten lunch. Your body is naturally directing more blood flow and energy to digestion. Your core temperature is at its peak. You will feel more tired. That is normal. That is not laziness. That is your body doing its job and doing it well. This is the perfect time for a short rest. You don't have to fall deeply asleep. You don't need blackout curtains, a white noise machine, a special pillow, or a fancy app. You don't need to be in bed. Just lie down on your couch. Recline in a comfortable chair, sit on a bench in the shade outside. If it is not too hot, close your eyes, put on quiet music, a boring podcast, or just listen to the birds or the fan or the leaves rustling. No screens, no phone, no email, just rest. How long? About 20 to 30 minutes. That is the sweet spot. If you sleep 2 hours in the afternoon, especially after 2 p.m., you will wake up groggy, foggy, heavy-headed, and then you won't be able to fall asleep at night. That is a bad cycle. I've had patients tell me, I took a 3-hour nap and then I was up until 2 a.m. Exactly. Don't do that. That is not rest. That is breaking your sleep cycle. If you're still working a 9 to 5 job, you might not be able to lie down. That is okay. Go to your car during your lunch break. Close your eyes for 15 minutes. Sit in a quiet corner of the break room with your eyes closed. Go to a nearby park and sit on a bench in the shade. The rest doesn't have to be horizontal. It just has to be quiet and intentional. No phone, no scrolling, just rest. Even 15 minutes of eyes closed rest helps your heart settle. It lowers your stress hormones. It gives your nervous system a break. It reduces that afternoon blood pressure spike that some people get. It helps you avoid the 3 p.m. energy crash that makes you reach for sugar and caffeine. That is not a luxury. That is summer heart care. That is self-care that actually works, especially for my patients who are retired or work from home or have flexible schedules. Use that time. Your body is asking for it. Don't feel guilty about resting in the middle of a hot day. That is what people have done for thousands of years in warm climates. We're not meant to be productive every single waking hour. Part 10 summary, small changes, real results. Okay, let's bring this all together so it is easy to remember. I want you to walk away from this video with a clear, actionable plan. Not a to-do list with 100 items, just a few small things. Summer wellness isn't complicated. You don't need a 30-day detox. You don't need expensive supplements from an ad on social media. You don't need to drink celery juice or apple cider vinegar or buy anything I'm selling because I'm not selling anything. I'm just a doctor who wants you to feel better. Here is what actually helps based on both traditional wisdom and what I see working in my own practice with real patients, real bodies, real lives, real struggles. 1, eat a little sour to gently support your energy. If your stomach tolerates it, tomatoes, lemons, oranges, plain yogurt, grapes, a little hawthorn now and then, a simple vinaigrette on your salad, a squeeze of lemon in your water. 2, a little bitter only occasionally, not every day. And definitely not if you have a cold or weak stomach, or if you feel tired or bloated after eating bitter foods. Listen to your body. It is telling you something. 3, choose light, thin meals like porridge, soup, broth-based noodle bowls, or thinned out oatmeal. Easy on digestion, hydrating, gentle. Your stomach will thank you. 4, seriously cut back on greasy, heavy, fried, creamy, rich foods. Give your stomach a summer vacation. Save the double cheeseburger with bacon and extra cheese for a cooler day, or for when you're eating indoors with good AC and you have time to digest. 5, work on less anger and more pause. 3 seconds before you react. 3 slow breaths. Your blood pressure will thank you. Your family will thank you. Your heart will thank you. 6, shift your sleep a little later, but not past 11 p.m. if you can help it. Wake with the sun or close to it, and never ever skip that short afternoon rest. 20 to 30 minutes, no more, no less. That is non-negotiable in my book. It is not optional. It is not a nice to have. It is part of summer health. Try these small changes for just 1 week. Pick one thing, just one, maybe lighter lunches, maybe the afternoon rest, maybe breathing before reacting, maybe adding a little sour to one meal a day. One small change, your heart will feel steadier. Your sleep will slowly improve, your mood will be less reactive, your digestion won't feel like a battle every single day, and you might actually enjoy summer instead of just surviving it until the leaves change color. If you've been feeling tired, irritable, sweaty, or just not yourself, don't ignore it, but also don't reach for extreme fixes. Don't buy a summer cleanse kit from an influencer. Don't starve yourself. Don't drink nothing but cayenne lemon water for a week. Start gentle, start simple, start with 1 bowl of warm porridge and 1 afternoon rest. That is enough. That is actually a lot. Part 11. Closing, share this, and drop a comment if this video helped you. I'd really appreciate it if you shared it with a friend or family member who struggles in the summer, especially someone who gets irritable easily, has blood pressure swings, or just can't sleep well when it is hot outside. You know who I'm talking about. The person who says, I hate summer every single year. The person who gets cranky every July. The person whose blood pressure goes up in August, send them this video. It might help them hate summer a little less. It might help them feel a little more in control. And please drop me a comment below. I genuinely want to know, what is your biggest summer struggle? Is it no appetite, waking up tired even after 8 hours, can't turn off your brain at night? Feeling short-tempered with your family, sweating too much, blood pressure going up and down, feeling dizzy when you stand up after mowing the lawn? Let me know. I read a lot of these comments, and your answers help me make better videos for you. Also, if you've tried any of these tips, the sour foods, the lighter meals, the afternoon rest, the pause before reacting, tell me how it went. Did it help? Did it not? What worked? What didn't? I want real feedback, not just great video. Final disclaimer required, not optional. I have to say this. For legal and ethical reasons, this content is for educational purposes only and does not replace professional medical advice. I'm a doctor, but I'm not your doctor. I don't know your medical history, your medications, your allergies, your family history, or your specific health conditions. I've never examined you. I've never seen your lab results. Always consult your own primary care doctor before making changes to your diet, daily routine, sleep habits, or use of any herbs, especially if you have a medical condition like high blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease, kidney disease, liver disease, thyroid disease, or if you take prescription or over-the-counter medications. Even natural herbs can interact with medications. Even food changes can affect your blood sugar, blood pressure, or electrolytes. If you're dealing with any health concerns, chest pain, shortness of breath, severe dizziness, fainting, sudden weakness on one side, confusion, or anything that worries you, please schedule a visit with your primary care doctor, go to an urgent care, or call 911 if it is an emergency. I'm here to help you understand the science and traditional wisdom. I'm here to give you practical, gentle, evidence-informed ideas that you can discuss with your own doctor. I'm not here to replace your own physician's care. That relationship is irreplaceable. Your doctor knows you. I don't take it easy this summer. Be gentle with yourself. Rest when you need to. Breathe before you react. Eat food that makes you feel good, not just in your mouth, but in your whole body. Drink water. Sit in the shade. Take a nap if you can. Call a friend instead of starting an argument, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.